Let's see. Here we go. I'm going live. Going live solo. Once again. I'm waiting for FlyingRich should be dialing in here soon with Walter. So welcome back to the show, guys. Thanks for joining us. We are about to go live on. Well, actually, we are live on Utreon. What am I even saying? So, yeah. Let me know if there's any issues, any problems out there. If there aren't, I see LV Louis Cypher has some stuff going on. If you want to join us live, the place to be to do it is on Utreon. And then tonight is going to be the last show of the week. I'll get into that here in a second, but we'll be back next week. Okay, Cruiseman says we're live. All right, let's go down here. Let's do it, man. Let's kick this off.
Welcome back to the Hank Strange Situation, Lifestyles of the Locked and Loaded.
We wouldn't be able to keep the Who Moved My Freedom podcast going without the support of great companies like Franklin Armory. Franklin Armory provides 100% US-made firearms and awesome binary option triggers. Their focus and purpose is to provide freedom tools to all Americans, especially those in not-so-free states. So when you're in the market, please consider Franklin Armory. Okay, what's going on here? I'm not even popping up. All right, guys, welcome back to the show. This is the Who Moved My Freedom podcast. I'm doing jazz hands, solo jazz hands going out there. Shout out to everyone who's already hanging out there with us. If you guys could just go under the title of this video here on Utreon and smash the arrows up, we appreciate it very, very, very much. Also, let us know what new stuff you've seen at SHOT Show. Today is the second day of floor goings on at SHOT Show, I guess is the best way to say it. So SHOT Show is going on until Friday, I believe. Monday was media day. Tuesday, floor coverage, or the show's going on at the convention center. So that goes from Tuesday all the way to Friday. Okay, let's see. I think we got FlyingRich signing in here. Let's see, FlyingRich. I don't know if he can hear us. There we go. No audio. Yo, there we go. Okay, I can hear you now. All right, so we got Rich joining us here. Let us know what cool stuff you guys have seen, heard of, and all that. We're going to have these guys running around on the floor. What's up, Walter? What's up, Rich? First of all, show us the booth. Show us Safety Harbor Firearms before you go off. Where are you guys going? Oh, I guess they're ready. They're rocking and rolling already. Okay. Hopefully
so we're heading over to Barnauls.
Oh, Barnauls. All right, let's do it. Okay, so these guys are on the way to Barnauls. If you pass Kel-Tec, you could stop in there.
Are you sure we're allowed?
Yeah, absolutely. I don't mind. They might kick you out. Don't mention my name to them.
Oh, so if it hold on. All right, never mind.
Yeah, tell Walter if we pass Kel-Tec.
That's the biggest set of boobs I've seen.
Oh, Walter looking at some boobs. Don't get distracted, Walter. This is not about the boobage.
Actually, Walter, I've seen bigger yesterday. We walked by the girl.
Oh, well, okay. All right.
Walter and I are on the hunt.
Okay, very cool.
Barnauls, that is.
Yeah, how's the show today? How's the show going? Is it busy? Let's see. I'm going to go full screen. Not very big. Can I tell you something? The Tampa RV show is way busier than SHOT Show. Let me just tell you guys that.
Yeah, it's thinning out. It was pretty busy this morning.
Mm-hmm.
The first floor, we're on the second floor right now, so the first floor was a lot busier.
Mm-hmm.
I was hanging out with Rob McNeely from Tusk.
Okay.
And they had an announcement at GOA. They gave him a $20,000 Tusk endowment.
Oh, very nice. Okay. So GOA is down with the Tusk. Down with the Tusk. That's awesome.
Yeah, and they'll take Tusk payments. That's the other part of the announcement.
Okay, so GOA is going to accept Tusk as donations?
Yeah, I'm guessing for membership.
Mm-hmm. Okay, we got Babyface joining us,
who's
too.
the guy from California? Is it Sam?
The guy from California for Tusk, I think, is Sam.
No, not Tusk, but GOA. Yeah, he's
GOA,
the
yes.
GOA guy that was doing the long range 22.
Yeah.
So he was there.
Yeah. By the way, Babyface is joining us. I didn't even know he
you-
was joining us.
Well, you didn't invite me, so I had to invite myself.
Oh, I didn't know if you.
Yeah.
I told you Wednesday night, and you said
Wednesday
okay.
night. Okay, cool. Okay, all right. Welcome. You're always welcome here, Patrick. You know that.
Are you on their Wi-Fi? It's a little blurry. Just check.
I'm on
Not
my
you.
thing. Oh.
No. Richard
No, Rich is on his own thing because the Wi-Fi there is worse.
is even worse. Okay.
Yeah. So they're on the show floor.
What
There's
are we-
Walter.
Yeah. What are we looking at? Where are you guys going?
They're heading to
We're going
Barnauls.
to Barnauls right now.
Yeah.
Okay.
So here's Taurus.
Let's see. Did Taurus announce anything? Well, let's go to Brownells.
They
Let's
did.
go to
Yes,
Brownells.
they have the G3X, which I have a video out
Yeah.
on. Okay. And Babyface P enjoying your build vids here on Utreon. That's from CSR
Oh,
Mike.
thank you. Thank you kindly. If you want to help, you can directly contribute by subscribing through Utreon. I believe they take a smaller cut than any other place. So that money goes straight back to helping build more stuff.
Yeah.
And once I get this fucking turd out to ATI, we'll see what happens.
Okay, that's a whole other story. Listen, Patrick is in a bad mood. I can see that.
No, I'm not in a bad mood. I've been playing really stressful video games for the last 2 hours.
Oh.
So I'm like real tense right now. I gotta
Poor
whiskey.
baby. You've been
I gotta
playing
loosen up.
stressful video games.
I gotta I've
fake
been
dying.
very competitive, and it's got me wound up. So I got whiskey and I'm waiting on dinner.
Okay, is this Brownells right here? I think we're in the Brownells booth.
Yeah,
We're at Barnauls.
All right,
We
awesome.
got- that looks like a BRN 180. Are these all BRN 180?
762 BRN in 762.
Oh, okay,
Nice.
that's cool.
10
What kind of
inches.
mags, Walter?
What
Where's
kind of
the-
mags is that?
Oh,
It takes an AR 762 by 39 mags.
Uh-huh.
okay.
39 BRN 80.
Sweet.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Which is awesome.
Look at that. Nice.
For you people that like the retro stuff.
Anything? Do they have any 545 words written on the wall over there?
So Patrick is asking about 545.
Oh, wait, before we move on, that stock is beautiful.
Oh, is that the new stock? Oh, hold on. We got to get a closer
That's
look
a-
at that.
What the stuff?
It's a
39, no.
No
Yeah, we
545.
We need a close up of the stock, please.
yeah.
How do you flip
That's
that?
like a take on what the original
Is Jacob around? Is Jacob
AR-18
around?
mixed.
Jacob? I mean, Caleb. Caleb.
Caleb.
Oh, okay.
Who
We
is
got
in the
Hank's-
booth? Turn the camera. Let me see who's in the booth from Brownells.
Say hi to
Oh, that's
Hank.
that guy.
Yeah. Hey, what's going on? What's up? I have no clue who that is
He
exactly.
can't see
but,
us because
yeah, hey,
Richard
how's it
just
going?
has his camera like that.
Yeah. So who's in the booth for Brownells other than this gentleman who I don't know, but shout out to him. I
That's
might have met
that
him.
guy.
Earlier.
That,
And they had all the famous YouTube guys here earlier.
oh yes, that's right. I forgot about all.
Yeah.
They didn't though because clearly I'm not there.
Ballistics.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So
Did he blow? Kentucky Ballistics was there. Did he blow up any guns in his face?
Yeah.
Oh, hopefully not.
no, that didn't happen.
Yeah, no more. No more of that.
Don't, Richard. You don't have to repeat everything I say because I'm going to do a whole lot of shit talking.
Oh, definitely don't, Rich. Think 3 times before
So
you
it's-
repeat anything
so
Patrick
that's-
says.
To clarify, that's Picatinny side folding stock, right? Like that connects to the Picatinny rail.
Does that connect to the Picatinny rail in the back? Yep. Nice.
That is super cool.
So it is available now. Free. Just
I-
got the prototype. And it should
Okay,
be
so that's pre-production.
here in the next couple of weeks, couple of months and everything.
That's super cool. That is
Yeah.
like the most modern way to get into an 180 because AR-18s are hard to come by.
Yeah, that does look good. The Brownells booth looks empty, or at least this side of it. This might be one side.
Yeah,
of it.
well, it was packed, when those famous YouTubers were here.
They're
Right.
not there. I'm not there. I keep saying.
Yeah. LV Louis Cypher says it must be piston driven and has no buffer tube. Yes.
Yes, they use piston and the dual recoil spring from the 180, I believe, right?
I'm gonna go with that.
Let me say yes. I believe. What is this? Oh, this is the donut reticle.
Oh.
Donut style reticle in it. So 1 to 6 instead of
So it's basically just a big fat O, a big Cheerio.
Oh, nice.
I
So you just put the donut on the target and you pull the trigger.
donut of death. You put it on the target and it just pow.
Yeah.
You see that?
Oh, good luck.
Oh, yeah,
All right,
right.
you kissed.
Okay. No, we're not gonna see it.
Anyhow,
Yeah.
it's cool.
That's very cool. What else do they have new over there at Barnauls?
So that's all food is all have the donut
I think
wrap.
that was their big thing.
Yeah. Okay.
These other two are both.
What is that gun? That gun looks really. Is that a Remington? It's sharp looking.
What is that?
You see, I believe this one right here is Gara.
Oh, Regara.
Right here.
Oh, it's a Bagara. It's a very nice looking rifle.
This one is our Bagara.
Bagara.
Oh, ooh. With a nice chassis on it. Okay, that's cool.
Yeah.
I think this is the year of bolt actions at SHOT Show. This is not new. Right?
I like a good bolt gun.
Mm-hmm.
You want to watch check them?
Coolest chassis that I've seen in a long time.
A lot of new stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, what else? Yeah, what else is new?
The other special ones that are over here.
Yes, sir. Those are just Barnauls exclusives.
Well, so these are
Barnauls
distributor
exclusive.
exclusives from Brownells only.
Yeah.
Geisley and Knights. So neither thing that I'm going to be able to afford. Just keep on
Knights
walking.
Armament. Oh yeah, I've never had a sticker from Knights Armament, but I like them.
Yeah.
They're cool.
I do take that back. I owned a Knight's handguard at one point. And the handguard was like $450, and then I sold it because Marley went to nursing school.
Yeah, I've shot Knights Armament guns, like even Knights. I
They're
think I've
nice.
shot some Knights Armament machine guns. Oh wait, what's this? What are we looking at here?
That is a
Foxtrot mic.
Besides, yeah, Foxtrot mic.
Foxtrot mic with a
9mm.
folding forward charging and folding stock.
Yes.
Does it use the 180 style piston system?
Is it the 180 style piston system? Gas operated.
Oh,
Spring recoil system in here.
okay.
Rod.
Interesting.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah,
Third power system.
Now is that
I like the forward-
ambidextrous?
Yes, you can make it everything.
Cool.
yeah, ambidextrous. Yeah,
Ambidextrous.
not ambi.
All right. I quit.
Yeah, we'll
I'm
argue.
going home.
Yeah,
Ambidextrous.
Bambidextrous. So where's
Are
the
we-
other?
Quick question.
Yes.
Quick question, Richard. Are we plugged into your headphones, or can somebody out there hear us?
No, they can hear us. The headphones don't
Oh,
work.
they can hear
so-
us. Oh God,
yeah.
I'm talking trash,
Yeah.
and they can hear us.
Yeah. Big shout out to Brownells. Brownells takes care of us, so
Yes.
we love
Right, that's what they do.
Brownells.
So that's Brownells. I do have 2 of their slides here, and they're fantastic.
Yeah. Babyface has 2 of those, Walt. Yeah.
That looks like a 34. I have a 17 and a 19.
Barnauls slides.
Highly, the slides come highly recommended by me.
LV Louis Cypher says Bambi Dextrous deals with boobage.
Yeah.
and he alliterated the boobage.
Yeah.
Wait, this is a 34?
That
Oh,
looks
okay,
like a
yeah.
long slide.
Yeah. I need the
Looks
R.
good.
I got this slide, but without the
SRO?
cut for the RMR.
Yeah, the SRO looks nice.
Yeah,
And they're
those
not expensive. For anybody looking, those are like $220. Cut, ready to go. Like, they're good slides.
Yeah, I need an optic on mine.
Oh, God. Get an SRO.
Hollows. Yeah, well, there's
I would say
SRO
Hollow
is
Sun
good.
or something else, because
Yeah.
SROs are expensive.
Hollow Sun put out like a real cool lightweight optic out there, which would be cool.
Retros. Yeah, retros.
Yeah. Who is this here showing off guns? Is this someone from Brownells or
No.
no? And these are the retro guns right here.
Yep.
Okay.
Optic, the retro optic, also very nice. It's a very good optic.
Yeah. So Ryan, Rep, or none of those Brownells guys are there, huh?
No, they look like they're all out.
Yeah. I don't see. Josh isn't there. No one's there. Do you see a dude with tattoos and piercings all over his body?
No, Josh. Josh is in Nicaragua.
Okay. Okay.
For anybody that doesn't have an an original triangle M16, that's the best, like the next best, and they're really awesome guns.
Mm-hmm.
Those are also cool. The car 15s or whatever they were called, super cool.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you could tell Walter is putting his hands all over him.
Yeah, no, the car 15s are neat. Those are like Delta operator cars.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, let's see what else is in the Brownells booth before we move on here.
I gotta watch what I say.
Law Tactical. Yeah. Shout out to there's no
law folders.
Yeah.
Brown.
Have law folders gotten lighter yet? Is there a lighter version of the law folder?
There's a lighter version, lightweight.
No.
No.
There's no light.
No.
Yep.
The answer there.
Okay. So we got a question: is there a lighter weight Law Tactical, or they're all the same as they have been?
They're all the same. They're all steel,
Mhm.
hardened steel.
ERN 180.
Yeah.
If it's aluminum, it's not going to work. It's going to break, and it's either a knockoff or from China knockoff.
Wow.
Okay, is this gentleman from Law Tactical or is he from
Yes, this is
Brownells?
from Law Tactical. This is Michael from Law Tactical.
Okay, very cool. Say a shout out to him. We all have Law Tactical guns somewhere.
He said we all have Law Tactical guns somewhere.
It's the only one that has the
Outstanding.
and it's
Yeah.
authorized for use in SOCOM.
Okay, very cool.
Anything else is a knockoff or imitation.
And if he sees you, if he catches you out in the streets with that, if he catches you in the streets with any knockoffs, you get knocked off. Yeah,
you'll get knocked off.
Don't get caught with the knockoff.
Yeah. Brian Quick says Law Tactical folders are legit. Tell him our people, our audience says Law Tactical legit. Yeah.
Alrighty. So
All right, cool.
Is that everything we covered?
Absolutely.
Great. Thank you so much.
All right,
gonna
take
roll
care.
on.
All right, we're
You
gonna.
said bye, Hank.
All right.
All right. And where are we going now?
Okay.
What else is around?
Where's Caltech? Before you guys.
Keep right off?
Yes, I do. Where's Pete?
Where is he?
In the vest.
In the
Oh
vest.
yeah.
Good luck.
Politely.
He's doing like an interview.
Is he? No, he's not doing an interview. Politely tap him on the shoulder and say Hank Strange wants to say hi.
I keep trying to maneuver around, and he keeps turning his back to me.
Yeah.
This is so awkward.
Say.
So
Okay. Well. Okay. So let's see
Don't
here.
hover.
Yeah.
Don't
Don't
hover.
don't harass him. Don't harass him.
Don't
Don't
harass him.
Yeah.
Oh
hold
God.
on. I'm going to let Walter
gonna
do
lose it.
Walter wants to go over. Walter,
I'm
you
gonna
go.
lose it. Oh God.
Walter,
You guys
go
are so
bother.
silly. Listen.
Say,
Just tap
"Excuse
him
me,
on the
Mr.
shoulder and say, "Hey, Hank Strange would like to say hi to you. He's live. He's on live."
You're gonna have
That's
to
all.
switch views so
Yeah.
you can see us.
Hey, Pete. What's up, Pete? You're live. We're broadcasting. Good to see you too, man. How's everything going at the show?
Oh, it's going good. Show's been doing pretty good. It's been a little bit less people, so you can spend more time talking to your buddies and really working through what's going to happen this next year. So that's good.
Okay, awesome. Thanks for all the hard work you guys do. Hope to see you on the podcast again soon. We know we're interrupting you, so we just wanted to say hi.
All right, cool, man.
All right.
See ya.
All right. Take care, Pete. All right. All right. Let's go.
Nice about that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Listen,
So Caltech,
Patrick. I don't know if you know how I do, man, but you know.
I just imagine two grown men hovering around Pete Brownell, and it makes me so uncomfortable.
He's a regular guy. He's a regular dude.
I'm sure he is.
Where are you guys headed now? Are they headed to Caltech?
Caltech.
we're going to head to Caltech.
Oh wait, Walther. Is this Walther? Stop. You're at Walther. You're at Walther Arms.
Right.
Yes.
Go on in.
Who we
Hold on,
look-
I got to put my
Cody.
mask on. Here,
Oh,
Walther, you work. Okay.
Oh, you
Have to?
are they telling you to put on a mask? Are they telling you guys to put on a mask?
Yeah, the mask police told us to put a mask on. But
Is the mask police gone? I can take my mask off. All right.
So mask. Okay, so ask for Cody over here at Walther.
Cody?
Tell him. Yeah, Cody.
I see Ryan. Is there a Cody?
Yeah, ask for Cody. Tell him Hank Strange is looking for him.
Where's Cody? There's Cody. All right.
Yeah.
So, hey, Cody, you got a minute to say hi to Hank Strange?
Oh, sure.
Yeah. Cody, what's up, man?
Oh, man. What's up?
You're live. You're
The little finger, but
don't do that. Yeah. So these guys are my surrogates. You know, I sent them to to check on you guys. They're at SHOT Show, so we're in Tampa. We're doing the RV show.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
It's been a good show so far, man.
Cool. Show us the new stuff. The PDP Pro.
Over here.
Yeah. All right, let's take a look at this.
I'm not gonna lie, doing this live stream is really cool.
Yeah. Right.
This is the new one for the show here,
Oh.
which is the PDP Pro SD. So comes from the factory. It's a Magwell new dynamic performance trigger and threaded barrel.
That looks fancy.
So is this like a race? Walther Arms has been making concealed carry handguns for over 90 years, starting with the PPK. Today, Walther is based in the good old US of A and still builds quality firearms like the PPQ and PDP for personal defense and competition. So when you're in the market, please consider Walther Arms. We wouldn't be able to keep the Who Moved My Freedom podcast going without the support of great companies like Walther Arms. Yeah, we just ran an ad for you guys on the podcast. All right, Cody. Yeah, we're back. So is this like a competition gun, race gun? What do we?
No, I mean, really what this is just a performance carry gun. You know, when you look at it, you know how I am at the office, and a lot of us are. Like, we try to push the boundaries a little bit, and we're always tinkering with our guns and seeing what we can do with them. And that's a whole community of people. We're not the only ones that actually do that. We're noticing what they were doing to their guns. And, you know, our whole mantra is like, we want to get people to be shooting enthusiasts and get out there and train more. And if you want to be like the guys that are doing that, it takes a lot of knowledge to figure out like what parts and things you need. So we wanted to give you something right out of the box. So that's why we did this. This is already done. This is what most of our kind of pro instructors run and everything with this dynamic performance trigger. The threaded barrel, not so much for a can. It is suppressor ready though if you're running a can, but really the comp craze right now with all the comp and stuff. You pull this thing out of the box, throw a comp on it, put a dot on it because they're all optics ready, and it's 2022, and you should have a dot on your pistol. So, and you're ready to hit the range and go. So it's pretty exciting. But yeah, you get all this, and it's only $130 more than the standard PDP. So
cool.
Yeah. Most other manufacturers are like doubling the price and sending it out, but yeah, $829.99 on this. The standard PDP is $699. So it's a smoking deal. Yeah. That's what optics ready. Yeah.
So it's a Walther Roland special.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, definitely. So, pick out whatever comp you want and then go. So
you figured before anyone else did it, you decided you'll do your own. I'm sure there's other people already doing it, like you said. Cool. So can we see the PPKs? Because I've been crazy about the black PPK with the walnut grips. Yeah. Just give it to Walter and let him bring it back from SHOT Show for me.
Oh, I don't get anything?
So, black PPK, man.
Yeah, look at that. Yeah, the black PPK. What kind of grips are on there right now? What are those grips?
Yeah, those are just the standard kind of wraparound grips on the PPK. Standard checkered ones. They were kind of famous, the original styles there. So, so PPKs and the PPKS also.
Okay.
So, depending on which James Bond you're a fan of,
right.
This is more Daniel Craig, the other one's more Sean Connery.
Yeah, I need to get one of those in my life.
I'm not going to lie, I need a good suit gun. I don't have a suit gun, and I need one.
Yeah.
Well, if you could come down to Fort Smith, I'll let you build one. and then I'll send it to you.
Oh, we are on the way.
Your own gun.
We are on the way right now. Let's see. Can we see the new custom gun that you guys did? I saw some pictures of it. Where is it?
The custom gun?
Yeah.
We got some over here.
I don't think you're working hard enough over there, Cody. You've got it too easy, this SHOT Show. Okay.
Nice.
Oh, wow. Look at that.
Yeah.
Holy moly. Okay, where's the one that looks like, there was one that looks like it was under the ocean. It was in the ocean or something. Yeah.
Vintage.
Oh, wow. It's under glass. Can we get it out of the glass, or no one's allowed to get in the glass?
Wow, you're asking all the right questions.
Yeah.
So what is this? What makes it special?
This is from their own custom house. So all of these,
Look at that.
they have their custom gunsmiths. Look, oh, that's beautiful.
Well,
That is amazing.
Take pictures, send them to me so I can post them.
Holy
That looks
moly.
incredible.
Yeah, get that in the center. So tell us about that, Cody.
There we go. That looks pretty cool.
Oh man, that is. All right, what's that cost?
Yeah, this is about $5,000.
Oh!
Okay.
So yeah, this is a 10.
I'll take two.
If I tell my wife I want that, what do you think she's gonna say?
Yes.
Good luck.
Obviously, Cody doesn't know my wife.
Yeah, so tell Cody to give us the details on it, and we'll shut up.
Yeah, so we've got this one is just like out of the box ready, but yeah, Tennifer coated, case color hardened, so you can kind of see the different finishes. Each
Wow.
one's going to look different, and just on how the metal finishes. But most case colored hardened guns are not real usable because they're going to be exposed to rusting and things like that. So this right here, man, you're ready to go with that Tennifer coating also. And then it just tricked out right out of the box with that dynamic performance trigger that was we were just showing on the PDB Pro, and then Magwell base pads, all of it tricked out, just ready. Man, this is my personal favorite of our custom series that we do.
Yeah.
So definitely.
That looks fantastic. We've got a question from the audience. Brian Quick wants to know if Walther is ever going to do a PPK in 32 ACP.
I guess a PPK and 32 ACP.
None of that, man. We like big calibers. What are you talking about?
What? Okay. Where's the 10 millimeters then?
So they're asking 10 millimeter now.
Oh, 10 millimeter. I do want that. Nothing yet, but I do want one.
Oh, okay. All right. Very cool. Listen, we appreciate you doing this, Cody. We won't harass you much longer, but we wanted to make sure we stopped in.
He's breaking up. Sorry.
Yeah, I said we won't keep them much longer, but we appreciate them taking time out for us.
This is where you tell them give us all the cool swag.
Oh yes. And if you have some cool swag for me, pass it on to these guys, and they'll deliver it.
We appreciate it, Hank, man, and look forward to seeing you again soon.
All right, same here, man.
All right, thanks, dude.
All right.
Thanks a lot.
Yeah, these I can predict that Walter and Rich will not bring any swag back to me that they're getting right now.
We'll go to the NRA booth, right? That's where you want to go?
No, not at all.
No?
Yeah.
So Kel-Tec's around here, I think. Unless they moved it because they know I'm coming.
No, they didn't move it. Just don't mention me when you get over there.
Stop it. I'm such a lot thinking about you all the
So
time.
you got FN over here.
Oh, FN.
Stopped at FN yesterday.
So we visited FN yesterday.
Yeah, we did.
Did
Yeah.
you guys get to fondle?
Oh, listen, the Magpul. Go check out the FG9 at Magpul.
The MG9?
What is it? FG9?
FG9?
Yeah.
FDP9.
FDP9. So that's a pistol?
No.
Or FDC9. Either or.
See?
Yeah, Walter knows what we're talking about.
I see. So it's the
there it
flashlight?
is.
Oh, yeah. Okay, this is what we need to see right here. Okay, tell them to take it out of the case.
Oh, the sex.
Well, who do you know here?
That looks
I can ask.
incredible.
I don't know. Do I know anyone in Magpul? No.
No.
Those people don't ever want to talk to us.
Yeah. But that's beautiful though. Take some pictures of that. That's good stuff. So is it what's inside of there? Is it a Glock inside of this setup?
It's a custom. It's not a Glock. They make it all themselves.
Okay, Glock clone though, right?
But it's gonna use. My guess is it'll use Glock mags and Glock parts.
Okay.
So you're saying it's a folding Glock?
Oh my God, Rich is such a.
Am I gonna get kicked out of another booth?
Tell him to
Yeah.
turn his audio up so we can close the booth and people can hear you.
Yeah. All right. What are they checking out right here? Okay, let's go. Let's go on to Kel-Tec. That's cool. We got to look at it under glass.
Would you say Kel-Tec?
Yeah. Let's go. Let's keep it moving to Kel-Tec.
Let's see. Yell when you say Kel-Tec.
Did you guys get to try the effing high power?
Yes. Yesterday.
Yesterday, okay.
What, Patrick? You don't watch the show?
I was busy.
No, he was hanging out with DLD. He didn't have time for us.
All right, so I think they're somewhere over this way.
Okay.
Oh, did Walter see him?
I don't know.
This way?
Did you lose Walter?
Yep. Oh, I see him. I see him. No, he's here.
Okay. Walter moves fast around there. What booth are you going past here?
What booth? Beeman.
Beeman,
I
okay.
don't know what that is.
Yeah.
I've never heard of them.
Me neither.
In Bender.
Oh, you talk about money right there.
S&B?
No, Schmidt and Bender.
Oh, Schmidt and Bender. Okay, optics, okay.
All
Oh,
right.
here's Kel-Tec. All right.
Now, you're telling me they're not going to clear. Is there somebody I should ask for? Here?
No, who do we usually talk to at Kel-Tec? What's the name of that? Hold on, I'll tell you. Give me a second. What's the name of my friend over at Kel-Tec?
Ooh. Guess who has one of these?
Andrew.
Ask for Andrew. Ask for Andrew.
We're looking for Andrew? Is there an Andrew around here?
Or I mean, look, if you see Chad, put Chad on the thing. That's all. It's all good. If you see Chad over there, we'll take Chad.
Talk to Hank Strange.
Hey, what's going on?
Hey, what's up?
Show him our products. Ooh, well, what do we got here? We've seen this before. And
He's good too.
actually,
Yeah. No, this is
haven't done
Andrew.
that.
This is my friend Andrew right here. Okay. What's up, Andrew? Good, man. Show us the new stuff. We're live from Tampa.
Oh, nice. Oh, cool.
Yeah.
So the new guy right here is the P15. So weird.
Optics
on
ready?
this. So not optics ready, but we will
Yeah.
have some top.
Go right because you're not in the center. The gun's not in the center of the screen.
Richard.
There you go. Right here. Okay. Cool. There you go.
So first all metal pistol that we've done.
Off screen.
So it's got the wood checkers on the side.
So you got the fiber optic front sight. You got
It's a tritium fiber optic front and rear.
nice.
So this guy's got the little grip safety on the back here. It's also got the magazine disconnect, but those can be actually turned off on the frame. So if you do a slide off,
Mhm.
and there's just a little 3-position selector on there.
Nice.
You can turn them off individually. What else? Loaded chamber indicator on there. Striker fire. It's the first striker fire that we've done.
Polymer lower versions around here too.
Yeah, it's floating around here somewhere.
Yeah, okay.
I want to find one.
Oh,
But,
so you guys made a metal and a polymer version.
Say what?
Metal and polymer version.
Yes, yeah.
Cool.
So the polymer one will be kind of the high volume thing that we're going to do. These will be in probably 10 to 12,000 units a year.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the metal's gonna have wood grips.
Nine, but the
So
polymer,
how many rounds?
15.
15.
So it's
Wow.
got that slight stagger.
So
what's
basically identical. It's just polymer version.
what's the price point on that?
So MSRP on the polymer guy is $425.
Uh-huh.
MSRP on the all metal guy is $795.
Okay, and they're definitely making the all metal version
doing about 10,000 to 12,000 units of that, probably.
Are these available now, or?
Not yet. We're looking at Q2 for the polymer and hopefully end of the year for the metal.
Okay. And this year?
Yes.
Jeez, I'm goofing on you.
It's all good.
Yeah. Okay. Very cool. Patrick, did you have questions?
No, I like the metal one. I want those wood grips.
Oh yeah, that looks cool.
The wood is really cool. It's a very like classic style take on new technology.
Yeah.
Here's another 5.7 I love.
Yeah.
But
do they have the stock?
It needs a folding stock and full auto. That's
yeah. They just came out with a stock.
There is a stock, yeah.
Yeah, we got a stock kit and a conversion that we're
Oh,
gonna
cool.
hopefully at the end of this year as well. It'll be $300 on our website. But it's it bolts into the bottom end of the grip, and then it'll slide fold and actually fits into this little.
Oh, very cool.
Right here.
That's cool.
I'm a little bit of a 5.7 nut.
Yeah.
So just love that. I got to shoot that at range day. At veteran range day there.
That's worth an SBR right there.
Mm-hmm.
I really like the way it shoots up and all that. It's really nice.
So how many of these 5.7s are you guys making every year? Because it seems like folks are having a tough time getting them, and people are pushing up the prices a little bit.
So you're talking about the P50?
Yeah. How many?
So how many are you here?
Sure, we do roughly 500 a week on the 50s.
So
about 500 a week, I guess.
500 a week, 52 weeks a year, so 25,000 something.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe a little less than that.
Depending on who's off that week.
It's
so where's Roy Kelver? Because I want to talk to him. I think we can increase the supply if he doesn't give you a free gun every month. So that would increase.
Okay,
the supply.
this is how you get kicked out, and now they kick you out of the booth. Okay,
Yeah,
so
how I get kicked out of the booth?
ask Andrews if there's anything else new or what's popular at the show.
Anything else new you got here?
just basically the P50.
That's killer. That's really neat.
Yes, we've got some other stuff we've been working on, but yeah, just this for this year.
Okay, very cool. Yes. All right. Thank them a lot, and you know.
This is where he asks you to give us all the swag you have remaining. I want something cool. I don't want a sticker. I got Keltec stickers.
This is how you get kicked out.
When I go to a tour that I won because I won a gun from you in a tour, who's giving me the tour?
Beggars
Adrian?
can't be choosers.
You say beggars can't be choosers.
Yes.
All right, guys.
All right. Tell Andrew. Thank you. Thanks a lot, Andrew. Yeah.
Oh, you got the free beer? Where'd you get the free beer? All right. Say hi, Nick, to Hank Strange.
Hey, what's up? How's it going?
Nick's a gun tuber. Random gun tuber running around, and he's got free beer. He says free beer for like another half hour.
I say you guys should go there first.
I think we're
Or
going to
next.
Night Force.
Okay, you guys can get the free bear on the way downstairs. We need to go down to the basement.
Are we getting them murdered next? What's going on?
We're finding out where the free beer is.
Oh my
Where do you
God.
guys want to go?
Hey, you cannot turn down free beer, you non-drinker.
Yeah, just because you're afflicted with not drinking.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm on. Listen, I got a whiskey. I am on Richard's side on this one.
Yeah. So
Yeah. All right.
where do you wanna go?
Get the beer and get going down to the basement.
Down to the basement? What do you want to see there?
Whatever's cool down in the basement, that's what we want to see.
Escalator. All right, is there a down escalator on the other side? We got to walk down? Oh, damn. We got to walk.
Oh, stop complaining and start moving.
Hank, I didn't get that paycheck. You can PayPal me right now. I'll see you.
Hey, I am sure Walter. Did Walter feed you last night?
Yeah. Actually, Walter did feed me last night.
Okay, you're welcome. You're welcome.
All right, so let's
Okay.
see. What was cool down here? Oh, so The Ghost Gunner is here doing 0% lowers. I uploaded that video.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Is that one of the links you sent me?
Is Cody hanging around?
Yeah, Cody was there. I didn't get to talk to him.
Check if he's there. I sent him an email. Him and I are in contact.
Okay,
Right.
okay.
We need to.
Where they are? I don't know if my orientation is correct.
Yeah. Plus, we need to. It would be cool to stop by. Is JSD Supply in their own booth?
Yeah, is right by the Ghost Gunner guys.
Head that way.
Okay, so Rich uploaded some videos. Let's see if I can share any.
I keep having to hold my tongue so I don't get them kicked out of the entire show.
So here's the Ghost Gunner stuff, but I know they're headed in that direction.
We're looking around.
Yeah, this is all on FlyingRich for anyone who's looking for
They're
it.
this way. All right.
Okay.
I got my bearings.
And by the way, Rich, I thought you made those videos unlisted. I was just catching ads on those videos.
Oh. Well, all right. Oh, you mean I should have monetized them?
Oh, no. Good for you.
Sorry. I didn't think about that.
Don't wind up like Babyface, though. Don't. YouTube will catch up to you at some point. Let's see. All right, let's see. It's not very active down here either. Oh, here's a whole bunch of.
All right, so here's JSD.
All right, let's visit with Jordan.
Hey, say hi to Hank Strange.
What's up, guys? What's going on? Good, absolutely good. We wanted to check in with you guys. We're in Tampa. We wanted to see what you guys have in the booth.
We're live streaming out to the internet.
We got the.
We wouldn't be able to keep the Who Moved My Freedom podcast going without the support of great companies like Barnauls Ammo. Barnauls has a wide range of reliable, quality steel case ammo for small game, large game, target shooting, and self-defense. They've got the classics like 7.62 and 5.45, as well as 9mm all the way up to 308. Subsonic as well. So when you're in the market, please consider Barnauls Ammo. All right. Show us what you guys have in the booth.
This is a Sherman Wall design. With all JSD parts.
What is that?
We got the Lego lower here.
Oh, wow.
I like it.
Imagine if you step on that.
Oh, God.
Oh, that's cool, though.
Is this the Mupp 2? What do we got? What do we call it?
Oh, there we go.
247.
Okay, very nice.
Design work on this?
So wait, what is that again? Is that for P320?
So this is the P365.
Yeah.
P365, got it.
Okay. Where's the P320?
Yeah. We're on Utreon.
Yeah, we could totally handle guns, Jordan.
Look how he had to check first.
Yeah. Jordan keeping up with the times. Oh, look at that.
So that's their slide, the JSD. Is this the Judah? What is it? Patmos Revelation.
Okay, and this is for what? The P365 or 320?
P365, yep.
Okay. Very cool.
Cool stuff.
Yes. Tell Jordan we said congratulations on
the purchase.
On the purchase of the what is that thing? It's
a show.
It's like a show now, right?
Shows.
Yeah.
That was we're saying baller move of the year.
Yeah.
It's like I can't be in the show. I want the show. I own the show. What do you mean I can't be in the show?
Yes. Also, tell him I've been texting him for parts, and I haven't heard any responses from him.
Wait, you can't text Jordan Vinro directly.
I know.
Secret contact with Jordan.
He's too much of a big shot now. We can't just text him anymore.
No, he's multitasking. He's probably he's got text he's replying to right now.
Right. So
you can't.
What's the hot new stuff from them at the show here?
The hot new stuff with JSD? Well, you saw the 365. You saw their fire control unit for the 365. Let's see. Do I have it? I don't have it right. I got a little delay. And what do we got?
We have a slide that's been
Oh, look at Jordan text me back.
safety inspected. Did you get hit for all these?
Oh, is that
They
the
write you
letter
up
of
for each
infraction
one?
you got?
My question is, there's no fire pin in it. So what? So, bad, Jordan.
Oh,
bad.
yeah. Yeah, that's your permanent record. Do they call your mom? Does your mom have to sign?
3 hours ahead, so she was.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I've had it happen. Don't
Yeah.
This one didn't have any problem.
So here's a question I would want to ask Jordan. I don't know if Patrick has any. What does Jordan think about the Franklin Armory trigger?
Oh, all right. So the Franklin Armory trigger, the binary Glock. What do you think about that? Oh, yeah. Yeah. So we talked earlier today about it. So it's.
This looks like it's slide and trigger components.
Yes.
As a full package. Ours is just going to be the trigger components, the trigger housing and trigger bar. So ours is going to be way cheaper. Retail is probably going to be in the $149 to $199 range.
Whoa!
Versus $900, I think.
Yeah, it's.
Wait. JSD is doing a binary Glock trigger? Is that what I'm hearing?
Yes.
Yeah. Well, you had that at Iraq Veteran, right? Yeah, they had at the Spring Iraq Veteran. They had a micro Ronin.
Okay, very cool. When are those coming out?
Wait on ATF, approval. So we
So-
Yeah. Good luck with waiting on the ATF. Don't hold your breath.
Yeah. He said, "Don't hold your breath."
Yeah.
That's 3/4 of what Jordan's got in development is held up by the ATF.
I could imagine. Okay. Yeah. I'm sure the folks out there will be waiting to get their hands on that one.
Oh hell yeah, yeah. That's
Okay.
going to be a seller. That
Okay.
definitely belongs in a Glock bullpup. Is it going to work in a G34? Well, it's G17 stuff. Ooh.
26, 19, 17, 30.
Oh.
That's way. Does his work off the same? Like, is it a slide or a trigger? Like, how does it work?
Just the slide's independent.
Yeah, it's just a trigger for ours. Well, it's a couple extra.
I like that.
But yeah, you won't need to modify your slide at all.
So it's kind of, I drive out a couple of pins, pull some stuff out, put some new stuff in.
Installation is you install a regular lower parts kit in a block. So, yep.
Nice.
That's awesome.
Nice.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. So you can pass this on to him. It's from Night Train. Night Train says it's better to beg for forgiveness than ask for permission.
I don't know.
It said, better to beg for forgiveness than ask for permission.
Yeah, maybe.
I don't think that's how the ATF works.
That's how FlyingRich works.
Ooh, ouch, guys, ouch. But, I tell you things that you're not supposed to talk about in public.
FlyingRich goes in for the kill first. Okay.
I talked to the ATF earlier today. They think we have at least until August until they make any announcement on the rule change for the receiver rule change, I guess. So
How
I think we got till
are
the
they
end of the year
leaning?
for that.
Does he have any impression on which way they're going?
Any idea what they're...
It didn't sound like that. They don't sound very confident. The couple of agents I talked to this morning, that it's even going to go through, but who knows? It's the ATF. They're going to do whatever they want, but it didn't sound like they were very confident, so that makes me happy.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Okay, so listen, look, we don't want to hold up Jordan. Thank him for taking the time, and we need to see him on the podcast soon.
Thanks, yeah, you got to come on Hank's show, or my show, but you can go on Hank's show too.
No. Tell him he's not allowed to go on your show until he comes on our podcast.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, it's going to be the new and improved show, so it's going to be a different show. So
thanks, Jordan. Yeah.
You guys have seen the MUP 1. Let's see, do I have it in front?
Yes.
The SIG P320.
Mm-hmm.
You guys seen that before, the fire control group?
Yes, we have. Uh-huh.
So that's way the heck cool. So they got all of their stuff here.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess we're gonna run. So
Yeah.
Jordan, Hank likes swag. He asked me, how much swag do you have that you can give me?
He's not even.
Wow.
Rich is no
just
joke.
take it over.
Yes.
We ask no such thing.
Yeah, any and all swags meant for us better actually reach our shores.
Good luck.
Yeah. Hey, you'll get the swag, Hank. I promise.
Sure. All right. Thanks, Jordan.
Alrighty.
All right.
We're gonna Ghost Gun now. Is that where we're going?
Yeah.
All right. So we lost Walter.
Oh, yeah. Okay. How far are the Ghost Gun guys?
So usually you don't need to know where the Ghost Gunner is. You just listen, and you can hear it. Yeah. Patrick knows all too well.
That's right.
Let's see. I think I hear it. Is it this one? Maybe not that aisle. Is it this aisle?
Let's see if we see any cool things while you're going down these aisles.
Oh, hold on. Yes, here it is.
Ghost. Oh, here we go.
Dun, dun, dun. And
Where's the 0%er?
That right there.
All right. Who is that there in the booth?
I believe that's Cody. Nope, it's not Cody.
Okay.
No Cody. I think I heard he's getting a beer right now. And if I track him down, I can get a beer too.
Oh, yeah, sure, Rich. Don't try to trick us, man. We know better. No beer for you. No beer for you until this is over.
Other way.
Go to the other side of your screen. There you go, right there.
There you go.
So you buy this, you buy this, and then they go together. Hold on.
You also have to do some milling.
I think.
And then they go together like this.
Wait, hold on.
You buy the lower, you buy the threaded part. The middle section gets machined on the machine.
Mm-hmm.
That gets machined.
It starts out
yes.
As aluminum.
Mm-hmm. Cool.
And in 7 operations in like 3 hours, you
It's
machine
amazing.
this.
Mm-hmm.
I hopefully one is coming in soon for me to play with.
What's that, guys?
Nothing. I was just hoping. I think I have one on the way that I'm going to be doing a video on.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
That is very cool. All right, give us a quick look of what's going on there in the booth, and then we can find Walter and keep moving.
I got to find Walter? How do I know how to find him?
Yeah.
I have no idea.
So here's what it looks like. All the fire control components in it.
Oh, wow.
Sorry about that. Just brilliant. All right, so I'm going to go look for Walter. Let's see. Not sure if Walter's traveling.
I'm trying to see what else is there.
I found him.
Did he find a beer, though? I don't see a beer in either hand.
No beer yet. Yeah.
Yeah. So what's cool down here?
Well, let's see. I mean, of course, Jordan Vinrow or Cody Wilson are the 2 coolest things at SHOT Show. So,
if you do find Cody, I'd like to say hi, but don't go out of your way.
Well, Cody isn't here. I don't see him around. He was here earlier.
No. Don't go out of your way. If you see him walking, then we'll grab him.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. All right. See if you guys can find anything else cool. We're open to whatever you guys find.
Night vision.
Night vision. Not in the basement. Oh, let's see.
Nocturne Industries.
What do we got?
Is it? And is
Are
this
these
air guns?
like cut or are
Holy.
these carbon fiber woven? Holy cow!
Oh, those
very
look
lightweight.
lightweight. Oh, wow.
That's nuts. Hold on. Oh
What's
my
the
god!
weight?
It doesn't feel like anything. Doesn't feel like you're holding anything.
Okay, cost.
Cost.
That is crazy. Still. Oh wow. Now is this M-Lock or?
Yeah, okay, so the way that works is we have these backing plates. I don't know if you can see that, but inside.
Okay.
Oh, that's cool.
These will fit anywhere in the mesh. So it'll
Cool.
work out. M-Lock or
Your blocking plate meets the mesh.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's very nice.
Super cool.
Where are these guys located? Where?
Let's see.
It's going to go from like 250 for the shortest ones up to 400 for the longest ones with rails.
So $250 to $400 depending on size. Where are you guys located? We'll see. Okay, cool.
Alabama.
Woo. Sweet. All right.
Okay.
Do you have free samples? TD, just TD.
Listen, just tell. Oh, that's.
Line, low profile line. This is carbon fiber getting inlaid with what's called polyester.
That's crazy looking.
That's cool.
Here's one inlaid.
Oh.
Gold leaf. Yeah.
Yeah, the gold leaf, I like the chopped carbon fiber look. That's.
Yeah, so what's the company name?
So the company is. What's your. Brigand Arms.
Brigand Arms.
Brigand Arms. Okay.
Okay.
You got a web? BrigandArms.com.
Okay, who does the marketing? We want them on the podcast.
So who's the marketing guy? That's Austin. So Austin's the marketing guy. So you're
Right.
talking to Hank Smith.
Yeah, you're live. We're live. We invite them to come on our podcast, and they can come out and visit us and bring some guns and stuff like that if they want.
Actually, I'm gonna grab. Yeah. You got a business card? I grab a card. Or just shove it in my pocket. Thank you.
Okay, and now my next question is: can they make a handguard for a 50?
Can you make a handguard for a 50? Walter makes a 50 cal.
Yeah, we should talk about it. So, we started with AR-15.
See, this is how you do business. This is how I do business. I gotta teach these. I'm teaching these guys all my tricks.
This is the way to do it.
That's how I get down.
Slides on at one end and then not this,
This is. I get to sit here and drink whiskey. This is way better than visiting.
or anything. It's really simple.
So what I do at SHOT Show when I walk around with Walter is this: I introduce him to people.
That'd be cool. All right, we might have a mashup here.
Actually, somebody was approached us today about getting a 50 cal to use in a YouTube channel. Yeah, so the world would see it then. Yeah.
There you go. Now they're making cool stuff.
Yeah, I mean, metal caps is cheaper. So,
Yeah, but
Sweet looking stuff. So hold on.
Oh, so that's cool.
Yeah. So are they gonna make? Are they gonna build these for anything else other than ARs? Like, let's say MP5s or. What are we looking at?
That's a 9mm SBR.
Yeah.
Oh, 9mm pistol. Excuse me.
All right.
Very good.
Thanks a lot.
All right. You always find cool stuff down in the basement when you're walking around.
I think this is the coolest area.
Yeah. I love to just walk around here and discover things. And then also the people are like, happy to get on the radar.
What is this audio thing on the right?
Can you guys hear that? Look on the right. What's the audio thing?
Look on the right.
Blockhound? What is Blockhound?
That's scopes.
Blackhound. Okay, cool. Never mind. Keep
Okay.
going.
Yeah, keep going.
In-ears.
We got Iron City Gunworks here.
I don't
Never
know who
heard
that
of
is.
them.
Woo, this looks good. Hold on.
Okay, they're just trying to... Okay, it's cool. Keep it moving.
It's a skeleton eye, so yeah, they do skeleton eye stuff, it looks like.
Yeah. There's some chick over there that...
We can be heard, don't forget.
Oh.
That's why I've had to keep my mouth shut the whole time.
Are we moving on?
Yeah, keep it moving. Keep it moving.
All right.
And I'm giving you the glockenspiel, so in about a minute, we'll take a commercial break in about a minute.
Commercial break?
Hank, I'm not gonna lie, this is the way to tour Shot Show.
I'm telling you, I feel so comfortable.
I just sit and drink whiskey and watch them walk around.
Yeah. Do you have any requests, Patrick? Any particular things you want to look at?
No, I kind of just want to see what's here. This is awesome. Bags. So we got bags on the left. Yeah.
Oh, medieval. Keep going.
Hey, we know medieval, don't we?
We do. Keep it moving. Keep it moving.
Keep rolling. Keep rolling.
Yeah, keep moving through. Gray ghosts.
You're gonna have to tell me some stories there, Hank.
Oh no, I just I've done a lot of stuff already for medieval. I'm looking for new things. With Arms List, you can shop the extensive list of local and nationwide firearms classified, now with more confidence because of their built-in firewall. For only $6.99 a month for personal use, or $30 a month for business vendors, so when you're in the market, please consider Arms List. We wouldn't be able to keep the Who Moved My Freedom podcast going without the support of great companies like Arms List. Absolutely, these are the people that need to hear it.
Oh God, that's funny.
John Wick movie car.
Is that here?
That's right. Yeah, I think it's on that side over there.
Yeah, let's go to Gearhead Works. Those are good dudes.
So yeah, it's a Mach 1 Mustang, and it's here. I haven't seen it yet.
Okay, Gearhead Works makes the tail hook.
Yeah, they make the tail hook.
Yes, tailhook mod C or whatever they're calling it.
Wow, this is so empty. The basement is so empty.
Well, they're cleaning up right now.
Oh yes, it's after 5.
Pretty packed earlier. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is this normally is every booth here normally full?
It's the end of the day.
They are usually, but I guess everyone's packed up or packing up. Let's see. Is this Gearhead Works we're approaching here?
It's 445.
Okay. I noticed there's not too many mask.
Well, they come by and tell you to wear the mask,
Okay.
And then they walk away, and then you don't wear the mask.
Then you put it back.
Yeah. Okay, some pistols.
Those are slides.
Oh, is that slides? Okay.
That was Matrix Arms.
Okay. What are these bags?
Savior.
Yeah, nice display.
Here's
Tumble. Oh, these are my dudes. These are my dudes.
No, take the
Fort
left.
Scott.
Take the left.
Go to Fort Scott.
Fort Scott?
Yeah, tell them Hank Strange is here to get ammo.
You want to talk to Gage?
You can talk to anyone. They should all know me.
Anyone they know who Hank Strange is?
Say Hank Strange is in the building. Tell them you have vitiligo. You are Hank Strange.
Yep. Everybody's chatting with somebody right now.
Oh, let me see.
Do you know Hank Strange? No, you don't know Hank Strange? Do you guys work here? You guys, they don't know who Hank Strange is.
They don't work there. No.
That's hilarious.
Stop Munitions. Hank, they don't know you.
Oh, wow, that's terrible.
That's terrible, yeah.
Yeah, that's terrible.
Who's the guy? Who's the guy we should talk to?
I don't know, Cody. Who should we?
Wait, we got. Here, hold on. We got Gage there, but he's in a conversation right now.
Yeah.
And I'm not doing the Brownell thing again.
What do you mean you're not doing the Brownell thing again? So tell them. Look for Jacob.
Hank Strange.
Hey, what's up? What's going on?
He said you need to give me a whole lot of ammo to take back to Florida.
No.
Not you. No, not you. So how are these guys?
That's the guy we got to talk to get the ammo from.
John had the ammo for you.
John, Hank said you had a whole bunch of ammo for me to take home.
Hank said that?
Hank said that, yeah.
Okay. We're dedicated to Hank. We'll do that.
Don't believe this guy. You don't know that. Where's Ryan? Tell him I'm asking for Ryan. Where's Ryan?
Where's Ryan? Ryan's right here. Different Ryan?
No, yeah,
Ryan?
Kraft.
Kraft? Ryan Kraft?
Their boss.
Uh-huh.
He and Olivia left this morning.
Oh, they did.
They're
Okay, cool.
on the free beer right now? No.
And that's Ryan's dad.
Oh, okay, where's his dad?
Is that it? Oops.
Okay, ask where his dad is.
Ask where his dad is?
Yeah, where's?
Dad?
Yeah, oh, he didn't. Okay. All right. Cool. So, do these guys have any new ammo? Do they have any new ammo? Any new rounds? Anything to show us?
5.7mm ammo? What do you got? What is it?
Just on the market, 6mm. We're actually doing a 90 grain 243 in it, and we're also having people. Obviously, we're going to have the projectiles available now. People are going to start loading our PRC whatever they like.
Oh, cool.
Introduced it now.
What is that? 6mm?
6mm. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I got to get it. Here we
there
go.
You go, right there. Very nice. All right. All right, cool. We're not going to torture them too much. Just tell the guys that we stopped by. All right, good to see you too.
So we're looking for. Hey, so where is the Gearhead Works? They got the car. Is that Gearhead Works? They got the car, the Mach 1. It's like back that way.
You go down to that last road right there and walk that way. I think it's like 2
Okay. So do I wait for Walter or I go on my own?
Oh, no, wait for Walt. Who is Walt talking to? Yeah.
I don't know. I think he's getting all the free ammo.
Oh, probably.
Yeah, I think he's covering the free ammo right now.
What is in the... Oh, that's a deer skull or something. Pig skull.
Yeah. All right.
So he said go to the wall and hang a left. Ooh, what do we got there?
Bolt guns.
Is there legal in all 50 states?
I know there were some companies that came out with some air guns. And,
lots of bicycles.
Yeah, electric
this makes
bikes.
me want to go next year. Like, I really want to go do this. This seems fun.
It is.
This seems really fun.
We run around till the last minute. They kick us out.
Oof.
You'll see some people here at some point trying to kick Walter out. Yeah, some e-bikes.
Walter,
here's Gearhead
Walter
Works.
knows Gearhead,
Oh, look at this. Yeah, he does. Look at this.
Oh, that's the one from the movie?
Yeah, this is the one that he crashed.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, that is nice.
Bye.
Okay, who's modeling up in the Mustang? Oh. Yeah, don't get bitten, Rich. Don't get bitten.
So, let's see. Where is it? John Wick movie car.
Cool.
Mach 1. Oh, that's a dream car for me.
Mm-hmm. CSR Mike is trying to see the model.
Oh.
But, I don't know.
Does it drive?
What's up, Paul? What's going on? Hey, Paul.
Hey, man. I was like, man, I got to text Hank, tell him to come down here and check this car out. Busy because we're short-handed. I had left the booth.
Oh, wow. So tell us what's new at Gearhead Works. Show us what's going on.
So we've got John Wick's stunt car here. It's officially known as stunt car number 3. It was one of the 3 stunt cars built for John Wick 2. And it's here. It's all documented. It's legit. You know, people were letting people sit in it and get pictures taken. You know, we got a little pamphlet that kind of shows what all's been done to the car. And then we've got pictures from the set during filming. We talked to one of the mechanics that was kind of there to keep the car alive during stunts, and he sent us pictures of the car kind of in between stunts.
Oh, very cool. How did you get this?
That was sheer dumb luck. We're in Tennessee.
The best kind.
And what happened is it popped up local to us. It was only about an hour away on Facebook Marketplace.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
That is crazy.
There's no way this is real, but it was. I mean, it's fully documented. We got all the paperwork, and even Haggerty agreed when they insured it. It's like, yeah, that's it. So,
oh, wow.
Is it drivable?
It's not drivable right now. The starter has gone out on it, and when I went to replace the starter, the cross member in the collision has actually pinned the starter against the bell housing, so there's no room to actually pull the starter out. So we've got to try to figure out how we can move the motor, or I'm afraid to disconnect the cross member because I won't be able to get it back in because it's under tension, obviously, from the wreck.
Okay. So what are your plans with this?
That has been the most asked question of the last 2 days. We don't really know yet. It's getting tons of attention. We almost didn't bring it. It was kind of a last-minute decision. So I had to start detailing a totaled car before we left for the show and then drive it all the way out here from Tennessee. So it was like 2,000 miles or something crazy like that. And I really want to drive it because I've always wanted a 1969 Mach 1. And finally have one, and it's total. So I don't know what I'm going to do.
I say make it into an electric car.
Make it electric.
No.
We're no longer friends.
Yeah, just get it running and drive it around.
Okay, how about this? Here's another pitch. Make it into gun parts.
Gun parts. No, I might get it running and then do donuts while I shoot out the windshield. Since there's not a windshield, so I can just put a tail hook on the gun, stick it straight out the front, and just start pulling the trigger.
Okay. Put a Hellcat motor in it.
The what?
Hellcat motor.
A Hellcat? Come on, what's wrong with you? Don't you know I'm a Ford guy? I'm not going to do that.
Yeah, this is blasphemy.
It's an original Mach 1. It's still got the original 351 4-barrel car. It's fully optioned, factory air conditioning, power disc brakes, power steering. I mean, it was loaded. It was a loaded true Mach 1 that they bought, restored, put the movie modifications in it. They did roll bars in the wheel wells. They reinforced the front. You can see some extra metal in the front here. All that was to protect the radiator so that the radiator and the tires, that's your most important thing to keep the car going and moving. And they reinforced everything about that. Of course, added the 5-point harness and a extra brake pedal that only activates the rear brakes so they could jab that, lock up the brakes, and do all the power slides and drifts.
Yeah.
It'll
buff out. Yeah, it'll buff out.
It'll buff out. That makes my heart hurt just looking at it. But
it's beautiful. All kidding. Yeah, all kidding aside, this is a movie car, and you could bring it back. I think it could be brought back. Can you retitle in Tennessee?
Yeah, no, I've got the title for it.
Oh, okay.
So, I mean, it's a car. I could go get the title for it right now. It's still in the title from the previous owner because the production company never titled it. So I've got the previous owner's title, so I know who that was. The production company, of course, put fake tags and everything on it for the movie because they need 5 cars with the same license plate and everything else. So, yeah, I mean, yeah. I could title it and drive it.
Yeah, so I don't know what you know about rebuilding these things, and we don't know anything either, but Walter and I, we go to SEMA shows, so that qualifies us to be able to bring it back.
I've been messing with classic cars since before I had a driver's license. I've apprenticed in a lot of shop. I've done a lot of restoration work. So classic cars and me, that's kind of, I always figured when I grew up, I'd either be in classic cars or guns. Well, so I ended up in guns. So classic cars is now kind of the hobby passion. And so I can fix this. And now I would need a frame straightener to fix this. And I don't have that. I've got welders and stuff. I'm used to fixing panels, not wreck panels. So
I think Patrick knows some people on this. Go ahead, Patrick.
Well, no, I was just going to ask, do you plan on restoring it, or do you want to leave it as is?
Do I say it again?
Do you want to restore it back to factory new, or do you want to leave it as it is?
So I wouldn't restore it back to the way Ford built it. If I decide to fix it, I would restore it back to all the reinvents done to the car. I want to preserve all of that. And since it's got the provenance of being a John Wick car, if I try to remove all of that and take it back to just an original Mach 1, I think that would remove the value and the history of that car being that way. So if we were to fix it, we would make it look like this.
Yeah.
You know, before it was wrecked, but still have all the roll cages and extra brakes and, 5-point harness. We would still leave it just like that. It was like just before it was used in stunts.
That's a dream car.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. Congratulations on that.
Well, thank you. I bought it right after SHOT 2020, and I haven't told anybody I had it. So it wasn't until last week that we finally said, we're going to take it to the show. We're going to tell everybody we've got it.
Mm-hmm. About SEMA, right? Somebody from SEMA?
Yeah, there was somebody from SEMA come by and see the car, and they were like, "Oh, what do you do for car parts?" Like, "Oh, well, I just have a car. I make gun parts." But it works. I mean, we've had such a crowd around it. It's thin because it's the end of the day now, but there's been such a crowd, people waiting in line to sit in it. We're letting people get in it and touch it and do everything. I mean, we want people to enjoy the car.
That's amazing.
Absolutely awesome. So, did you guys come out with any new gun stuff?
Any new gun stuff?
Actually, what we're doing now is we bought an oil company. So we're doing gun lubricants. And we're using this oil for a couple of years, and we really liked it. And the opportunity came to actually buy the company. So it's like, hey, okay, we're going to buy the company. I have some.
Oh.
Yeah. So it was previously only sold on Amazon. And that was the only way we could buy this oil, but it became the second most popular oil on Amazon. Wow. So we bought, and now we're going to send it out to our regular dealers and distributors. It's called Extreme Force. It was originally developed by Advanced Weapons Technology. So it's still found on Amazon, and it'll be on our website soon too. And we're offering it to our dealers and distributors just like all the rest of our parts. But it's a great oil. Like I said, we used it for several years, and the opportunity just kind of like this car came up. It's like, hey, we're going to sell the oil company. We got a couple of buyers interested. It's like, no, I want it. I'm buying it.
Okay, very cool. Congratulations on that.
It's got 5 stars on Amazon.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, there's well over 4,500 reviews, and like 4.8 or something. It's really great stuff. Like I said, I've been using it for years and liked it. So I want to share what I use. I'm not going to try to sell something that I don't use.
All right, very cool. We need to get you to come on the podcast and talk about that, Paul. I don't know if you've got an affiliate program or something like that. Well,
Yeah, I need to get something down to you. We're still in the process of kind of doing the rebranding. We're having to get UPCs and all this kind of stuff that retailers need. So we're trying to do all this transition, do retail stores, shelving, packaging, and so there's a lot of back end infrastructure for being able to present something retail versus just selling it on Amazon. So that's what we're working on still right now, and we're about halfway there.
All right, very cool, very cool. And so, what do you think about SHOT Show this year? Before we stop torturing you here,
what's that?
Thoughts on SHOT Show this year?
I'm glad to be back. After 2 years, I'm kind of losing my mojo, being able to do a 2-minute TV spot, without any kind of warning. I'm stumbling through it a little bit more, but the crowd is down. You can tell that it's less people. Yesterday was actually really, really down, and it was the first day of the show, which is typically really busy. So I was like, okay, this is going to be a dead show. But then today, it increased. There's more people today than there was yesterday. So I think a lot of people just kind of waited a day to come in, or wanted to pace out their flights, or maybe they just weren't going to stay for the whole show. They're going to come in middle of the show and then leave again. So
okay, understood.
It's good. There's a lot of companies not here, so there's a lot of empty space, which is really unusual to see for SHOT Show. But it's good. Things are going back. We're happy to be here, and we're having a good time.
Okay, awesome. Thanks so much. I really appreciate it, Paul. We won't take up any more of your time, but look forward to seeing you soon, man.
Yeah, thanks, y'all.
All right, take care. That car's awesome.
So where to
cool.
now?
All right.
I guess we gotta go back.
Yeah, it's up to you guys. That was pretty cool, though. I mean, hold on. Before you leave, hold on. Go back to the car. I want to get that. Look at that. That's awesome.
It's sad.
To one person, that's junk, but to me, that's so cool,
No, that is gold.
Yeah. That's really cool.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's gonna take a bit of work to fix.
Oh yeah, see, the folks at SEMA would love the story of that car. There's probably a couple of builders out there that would love to work with him, putting that car back together with John Wick. I bet you could get Keanu Reeves to at least, take a look at it. So you'd be surprised. If I was Keanu, I would want to buy one of these things, which he probably already has one. But this was just a really cool car. I'll go to full screen.
Let's see. Hey, I didn't ask for swag. Do I ask for swag?
Yes, ask him for swag. That's okay.
I gotta ask for swag. Hank said you should give me all the swag you have remaining.
Well, we're actually running out. I'm already out of business cards.
So. Oil already, Hank. You ain't getting no oil. I got the oil already.
Oh, all right. That's cool. We wouldn't be able to keep the Who Moved My Freedom podcast going without the support of a DAO, or decentralized autonomous organization like Tusk Crypto. Tusk cryptocurrency is a firearm-friendly e-commerce option for online payment transactions, secured on the blockchain. So when you're in the crypto market, please consider Tusk, TUSC. I doubt it. Okay, what's up?
I'm going to dip out and go eat dinner with Marley.
All right, man. Thanks for hanging with us.
What do we got going?
No, Patrick dipped out. You guys probably can't get up to GOA or anything like that now, right?
GOA, yeah. I can head over that way. I don't know if anybody's there.
Yeah.
What time? Where's my watch?
Where's Rob McNeely? Have you guys seen him?
Who?
Rob McNeely. Tusk dude.
I was with him all day.
Where is he? We wanted to.
He went back to his hotel room.
Okay.
I might have dinner.
Let me ask him if he wants to dial in.
So it's 5:24 here. So the GOA folks are probably cleared out.
Okay.
But I was there this morning, and let's see. I saw Eric Pratt and Sam.
Okay.
So they were there for the press announcement with Tusk.
Okay.
So we got.
I'm trying to see if I could find a link to send him, but I'm doing like a whole. Okay, let's see.
I'm gonna wander this way. Hank, why don't you ask Lola if you could have this?
I've already texted him.
Okay.
That I think this is what you need to drive from the house out to the range.
That's cool. How much is it?
It's my new ride.
Yeah.
I'm sure Walter's all about this. Ask Walter what's the price point?
Made in Tennessee. You gotta have it. You gotta own one. Yeah.
Yeah, very cool.
I'm taking the card.
Walter, get one of these. Tell Walter I said get one.
Right now?
Right now. Hey, Hank, I found a rifle. It only costs $7,000 here that I want.
Oh yeah, what is it?
Well, I told Walter he should get 4, sell 3 for a profit, and this way he could tell Peggy it was free.
Right. Has that ever worked for you, Rich? That's what I want to know. Has that ever worked for you with your wife?
Well, no, it hasn't.
Yeah. Night Train says, "Where's the gun mount on that?"
No gun mount. Yeah.
He's been around here. Hey, remember these guys?
Who are these guys? Oh yeah. Wait, that's a different name though.
I don't think this is a little horse.
That's not the same guys we saw. That wasn't their name, but it looks familiar.
Yeah. See, you're talking about you need something for the back of your camper. This would be great, Hank.
Yeah, that's too big to get on the.
You have like a forklift on the back of your camper. That'd work.
Yeah,
hydraulic
cool.
ram.
Yeah.
This must be. This is a different.
Let's see. So which way you want to go? You want to go that way?
Yeah, it's up to you guys. We're hanging out with you guys.
All right. So this one has propellers. So if you get a lake at the hacienda, if you put in a lake, you could seat 6 people in the back.
We'll make a lake.
Yep.
You could put a camper on the back of that thing. It's pretty big.
So hold on. What's it look like up front?
I can't see in there. What's it look like up there? Oh yeah.
That looks like a briefcase right there.
Well, you think about it. Crossing spots, crossing lakes, crossing open water. Here in Tennessee, I see some of those power lines going up the side of those. Didn't it go down to Joe's Falls? Yeah, it goes down the way. So, they typically are running a Polaris side by side or some type of TTV. They're both mobile assets. This machine shuts it off. Plus, you can got a hitch on the back, so you make a specific trailer for this, or it's not a wrap. It's this tub with 4 wheels on it, no drive system, connects right into it in the back. It's cool. For multiple passengers.
I knew Walter would love this. It's got tracks on it.
That's a good one.
Yeah. Walter is all about anything with tracks on it. I mean, it looks cool though. How much is this?
So what's the price?
$180.
$180. How many do you want, Walter? Hank?
Hey, I'll take one.
You do? That's kind of stuff I get sweet. Just from this friends, if all of a sudden you lose your track, you still got a driver over there. Right? This machine is what we call a planetary drive system. This is your drive wheel. The other 3 are others. If you lose a track on this machine, they're not going to. Okay. The smaller green machine over there, it's 6 gearboxes, independent, but it's still doing on its own.
Uh-huh.
But our track system is a
CSR Mike said, "Dear Lord, buy a boat and side by side." But you won't have tracks.
So it's pretty easy to change the track and put it back on it. As long as your air pressure is maintained in the tires, and of course that's your track, that's your attachment. But we don't have that problem. It sounds good. Top speed's pushing 18 miles an hour. 4.5. But too hard. Steer with the track or steer with the pumps? This machine runs, you can run tops and tracks at the same time. Okay. So it's just like a 0-turn lawnmower. You've got 4 thrust for reverse. Split the sticks, you're 360.
Oh, cool.
We can turn it here and spin it around it. Yeah. It's not a speed unit. It's a compass unit. So when you're trying to get from point A to point B, whatever obstacle, whatever obstacle. Yeah.
Oh, Walter's not giving this up anytime soon. You have to find out if there's a shot. Is there a SHOT Show discount?
Walter, is there a SHOT Show discount?
Buy 2 today and get a special.
It looks good.
So full hydraulic drive.
Yeah. That's cool. Yeah, good luck getting Walters a step away from this vehicle. He's all about this.
Started with has ownership in the machine. Has not called if they can't get to. Buried everything they had. So you start probably with flat size one and then this machine.
CSR Mike wants to know what you would use this for. Everything. I'd take out the garbage with this. You know. Go down to the corner store.
What do you find to sell most of? Search and rescue and utility services. In this machine. Private ownerships. Hunt clubs, that type of stuff. Yeah, I saw it earlier and I was like, oh, yeah, look at that. That's why we brought the yellow one. Because we have the typical and green like this one here. But we brought this in machine because we shot into the environment. Exactly, yeah. But what's going to say, I tell you what, you have hundreds that can shoot. You can find this too. Oh, absolutely. This was leaving when we leave the trade show, going down to Houston, Port of Houston, leaving and going to Indonesia. So we really drop it down off the way. They got 2. It's a gold mining company that we've dealt with the last several years. They have 2 older machines. They're upgrading to 2 new machines. So this one will be leaving next week, going to Indonesia. We'll get their second one back out. Is it Indonesia? Yes, sir. Look at that. Indonesia.
Yeah.
Gold mine, Indonesia.
Yeah, we might need that in the Ukraine or something pretty soon.
Absolutely, yeah, and have a great show. Yeah, how's it been for you? It sure was. We've never been to shows. We used to do all the utility shows, search and rescue shows. This was the first time for us. All these guys are going around here buying for guns and all that type of stuff. They work for somebody. A lot of utility services are seeing the machines here. And we have some private ownership we've talked with on the machines now. There's one for LA guys walking through here too. So yeah. So, any park departments that own this kind of stuff? Oh yeah. There's several. New Jersey's got 9 machines. There's great to snow too, I would imagine. We've probably got 15, 16 machines in Louisiana, South Mississippi, South Georgia, Alabama, Florida. Florida searching a lot of logging companies, like I said, power companies, stuff like that, doing all that crazy off-road stuff. Oh, absolutely. All right. Excellent. Enjoy. Thank you. Take care.
All right. Okay, where are you guys headed off to now?
I'm not sure. It's 5:30. Everybody cleared out about half an hour ago, so you got a lot of closed up booths.
Yeah, if you want to, you can make your way back up to Safety Harbor Firearms booth.
Go back to the Safety Harbor booth?
Yeah. We'll hang out with you guys on the way up there. Did you see High Point / Barnaul?
High Point and Barnaul, you said?
Yeah.
No. Oh, wait. You want to see this?
No, this is TNW.
Oh.
Yeah, I've seen those guys. They send a machine gun shoot out here.
Oh.
And they send out T-34 and then these 9mm carbines over here.
Hmm.
Hey guys, how you doing? I know it says yeah, ASP Tactical Pistols. Yeah, so it's our pistol version of our ASR rifle. It's a pistol caliber carbine. It's 9, 40, 45, 37 SIG, 10 mil, 14 so on.
Oh, look at that.
Hey, which one?
Oh, that's cool.
Go right down there, and then make a, all the way, go most of the way down and start going left. It's in the corner back there.
Cool. I've seen you guys. I used to not prick machine gun shoot, so yeah. So
hey, Rob.
But anyways,
hey guys.
Yep, we got Rob joining us.
Hey, Rob.
Yeah, can't see very well.
Yeah.
Good show. We're gonna
So right now we're hanging out with FlyingRich and Walter on the showroom, on the SHOT Show floor. We got Rob McNeely joining us, guys.
Hey guys, how are you?
I just saw it. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. So those guys are gonna those guys are gonna walk around. Keep walking around, guys. Let me see. I might mute you guys while we talk to Rob here for a little bit. Let me see.
Okay.
I will mute them. Rob, how's it going, man?
It's been a long couple days already, I can tell you that, but everything is going really, really well. I'm super excited. Having a really good show.
So I heard there was a big announcement. I guess we couldn't really talk about it until today. Do you want to tell the folks what that's all about?
Yeah, literally, I'm like pushing the press release right now, so you are hearing it before anybody else. So we officially announced late this morning with a partnership with Gun Owners of America and Tusk. And what we're doing is the Tusk community has created a crypto-based endowment to help fund GOA long term. And so today we handed over a symbolic check for a $20,000 worth of Tusk that's going to be paid to Gun Owners of America. Gun Owners of America will also be setting up a block producer node, or at least they're going to be putting in for setting up a block producer node on the network, but I'm going to support that because they're elected on our blockchain, of course. And then they're going to be accepting Tusk for donations. So
okay, very good.
So we're super, super excited about this. It has been a really big day.
Okay, awesome. Congratulations on that. I know it's been like a crazy SHOT Show for you, I'm sure. I don't know how much you even want to talk about.
No. But no, well, if you're talking about my car, like 2 nights ago, some crackheads broke my window out of my personal vehicle to like go through and try to steal quarters out of my center console, but there weren't any quarters in there, so they didn't get anything. But it's just like kind of stupid.
Yeah, that's insane. I've never heard of anything like that during the show. That's crazy.
It was right in the casino parking garage too. So it's just like I came out and I was going to get. So I was keeping a bunch of because I drove down from Utah, and we brought a bunch of T-shirts and swag to give out. And I was going to load up because I had a giant plastic bin in my car. I didn't take them all to my room, so I was going out to the garage to get them, and I see, there's just glass everywhere, kind of thing. So it was kind of a nightmare.
Yeah,
but it's all good. I'm not going to let that bum me out, man.
Don't.
This is just crap happens. That could happen in front of my house too. So, but we're super excited. Meeting a lot of people. Actually, got to meet Walter for the first time in person today, and we got some patches, and I got to play with some of his fun, cool toys. So I think I'm definitely going to have to go visit his shop. So I had a good time with him and his team there, and met just caught up with a lot of people. I haven't even like really walked this show yet.
No.
So it's just connecting with all the contacts that we already have, and doing getting ready for the GOA thing. So I'm really going to be hitting the floor here the next 2 days. And you know how big this show is. It's just ridiculous. It's hard to do the show. Like you can't even really walk all the floors like in one day. It's just really, really challenging. But I'm super stoked. And you know what? I really think this is a better SHOT Show than the 2 years ago SHOT Show.
Okay.
Because it seems like there's only a few players that, some of the bigger players that didn't show up. But most of the vendors are there. They're ready to do business. They're excited. But there's fewer people attending. So it's like you get more time at the booths. It's not as crowded as it normally is, or at least it doesn't feel that way to me. So it's been a really good show so far. They're kind of forcing masks and stuff, but that's a little bit inconvenience. But it's way better than I anticipated. So I'm really, really glad that we came down here.
Yeah. CSR Mike has a question. He says, "Is Tusk on Meta Wallet?"
I don't know what that means.
I don't know either.
No, I'm sorry. Okay. Do you mean MetaMask? So no. MetaMask only supports Ethereum-based tokens and Ethereum. And since we're a standalone blockchain, we're not an Ethereum token. We are not compatible with MetaMask.
Okay.
Though we are working with some partners about building out what we call a MetaMask style or browser extension-based wallet that will support our blockchain and several others. And that is something we're going to have to do anyways. But no, right now we're not compatible with MetaMask. I wish we were, because everybody has it.
Yeah. By the way, right now we've got a shot here of a bunch of people leaving the SHOT Show floors. This is always the tough part for me. Like, you're tired and beat up and you're trying to walk out of there. So that's what Rich and Walter are up to. We've got them muted. We'll go back to them here in a second. Okay, so what does this news signify for the folks out there that are holding Tusk, that have been following? And CSR Mike says, thanks, by the way.
Oh, you're welcome, man. And we're still a small project, so we have a lot of growth that we need to do. We have a lot of growing pains to go through over the next year. But I think this year Tusk is really going to get its big boy pants on. So this is the first of a series of announcements we hope to be making over the next 3 or 4 months. And those future, so the things that we're working on right now, we have several other partnerships that we have been working on for a lengthy period of time. Sorry about that.
That's okay.
See, somebody's texting me. Stop it.
Yeah. By the way, you're on live right now, and we've got Tusk right down there in the bottom.
I love it. It's amazing. So what's happening right now is we're going to be announcing, I think, a partnership. But I've kind of been talking. Geez, it's going crazy right now. That's my phone all day today. It's been nuts.
Wow. Okay.
So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be making an announcement because we've partnered with a group that is going to be building an NFT marketplace on our blockchain.
Cool.
We have another group that might be building another application on our blockchain. We are also got several other interesting partnerships in the works. So I would say in the next couple months, we got a lot of partnerships that have finally been things we've been working on for a long period of time are finally coming to fruition.
Yeah.
So we're pretty excited about that.
CSR Mike says, I'm new to crypto. Is there a tutorial on how to get Tusk?
If you go to the Tusk, so if you go to tusk.network/exchanges, there's a list of the best exchange that we can recommend right now. And there's a video tutorial on exactly how to buy it right now.
Okay, very cool. And we're about to, I think we're going to take a little break here. So in about 20 seconds, let's check in real quick with, let's see if I can do this quick enough here. Check in with FlyingRich. Hey, Rich, what's going on?
We're at the safety harbor booth. Unfortunately, everything is put away for the evening.
Yep, and here we go. We're cutting. Okay, go ahead, Rich. You're still on. We got you. Go ahead.
Yeah, so we're just getting ready to leave over here. So the shelves are kind of bare. So there's nothing on display. Otherwise, Hank, you and your pretty face would have been all over the video screens here.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Cool stuff.
Yeah. Listen, you guys did a great job. We really appreciate you all taking the time to walk around and show off what's going on at the show live to everyone. So thanks a lot, Rich. I really appreciate it. Same to Walter and the rest of the family.
All right, guys.
All right. Thanks a lot, man. We'll see you. Okay. All right. Yeah, that's those guys did a great job there. I really appreciate them doing that. At least, and even Babyface Patrick was on, and he said that it was pretty cool to actually get a look at what's going on at SHOT Show. So you were talking about if anyone wants to get on Tusk and they want to find tutorials. You said that's up, right? Or you're working on that?
Yeah, there's a tutorial video. My lovely bride made a video last night on how to buy Tusk right now on the Bolex exchange using a credit card. So it's really straightforward.
Oh, cool.
It's not hard. Actually. They make it really, really easy.
So can you send that to me? So that's just to buy. What about let's say you have Tusk. Let's say I send some Tusk to FlyingRich for doing such a great job here. How can he cash that out and buy himself a hamburger or something in Vegas, which is probably really expensive these days?
I bought him a hamburger.
Oh, you did? So then I don't have to do it. Good.
Exactly. No, so you're saying is how they so there's a documentation section on our website right now that talks about how you can go through and send and receive Tusk. And buying and selling Tusk is really no different than buying Tusk. So if you go through that and you learn how to buy it instead of buying it, you have to just sell. But yeah, so you would have to essentially you have to have Tusk. You probably, if you have it, it's already in a Tusk wallet, and then you have to go to whatever exchange you want to try to sell it on, set up an account there, and then you literally will go from within the wallet on the exchange. You will put deposit. And then you go back to your other wallet and send it over. So
okay, very cool.
And that's how you can sell that to back onto the exchange.
Okay, so this is a question for me: is Tusk set up right now for NFTs?
So here's the fun stuff. The back end is already upgraded to allow for asset creation. We do not have an easy to use front end to make them yet. Technically, you could mint an NFT on Tusk. It's very painful at this point because it'd have to be done through command line. That's why we're working with an NFT marketplace partner. It's going to be called the Ruzi Marketplace. So it's going to be ruzi.io will be the URL once we get that up and running.
Okay.
But we've been architecting how we're going to do it now for about a month, just kind of figuring out, basic user experience. And I believe coding is going to start supposedly next week. So we should hopefully have an MVP out or minimally viable product. Hopefully, they say 8 weeks, I think 16 weeks, somewhere in between there. But we already have people that want to mint NFTs on it. So that's what's real exciting about that. And the cool thing about that is every time someone mints an NFT, they have to buy Tusk in order to do that.
Right.
So it's really good for the project in general. And we're looking at doing some unique NFTs. I met someone here literally yesterday because they had an NFT session here yesterday.
Oh, they did?
I wasn't even invited.
That's great. We have to do something about that.
Exactly.
I actually know, by the way, I know the guys from Cabot Guns, and Cabot Guns just put out that moon, whatever it was called, something Dark Side of the Moon or something like that, I think, which is real expensive gun. I think they already sold, and then they were doing NFTs also behind it.
Yeah, so there's actually there's a lot of interesting technology, or I should say there's a lot of interesting applications to use with NFT technology, and so and there's marketing activities that you can do, or applications you can do with it. There's artwork that you can do with it, song releases, but you can also create like benefits around an NFT and create clubs around that. And so I think there's a lot of applications in the 2A in the gun world. And we're hoping that with Tusk and this future marketplace that we'll be some of the leaders in that.
Yeah, absolutely. If I don't know if you're interested in Cabot Guns or not, but I do know the owner of Cabot Guns. He's been on the podcast, really nice guy. Robert Bianchin, is it? Yeah, am I saying it right? Lola always gets mad at me because I say it wrong. But so if you can, I don't know, I can maybe reach out to him because I know they were doing NFTs. So now let me ask you this, because these are the questions I have about it. I know, for example, I've seen some tutorials on NFTs, and I'm a avid user of Photoshop. I heard Photoshop could do it. Now, if you generate the pictures in there, that's not minting it though, right? Do you have to generate the pictures and then mint it somewhere else? How does that work?
So essentially, an art, let's just call it artwork NFT, because NFTs can be used for other things than art. But so what you're doing is, and I don't know how technically you want me to get, but essentially there's a couple pieces to this. So generally with NFTs, there's two blockchains involved. There's the block, and then there's their token and the art. So what happens is you create art. Let's just say in this case you create art for an NFT. You're going to upload that to a storage blockchain, and the blockchain is just a database essentially. So there's two blockchains involved. So there's a database where you store the files, the media files, and then the blockchain where you actually mint the token, and then that token is embedded with a custom URL that points to where the file is stored on that other blockchain.
Okay.
So in other words, you could mint the token on Tusk. The file has to be stored somewhere. Like you have to upload it, right? Like if you
generate them. So like just my understanding from what I've seen, typically people are doing multiple versions of something. So there's variations.
Those are so when it comes into the art realm, there is 1 of 1s, 10 of 1s.
Okay.
And, where you have unique, like fine art, fine photography, but you also have what you're describing as a generative NFT drop where you can do variations, and people will do anything from 500 to 10,000, and then each one of these NFTs is basically randomly generated. So the artwork has a little more complication because you have to have a developer do the artwork manipulation on that. So typically, when you're doing a generative piece, you have many layers of different attributes in the PSD file, Photoshop, and then basically a programmer will take all those different attributes and they will write a script, a custom piece of programming to, let's just say, randomly generate a combination of all those different layers and export those to a file, and then or like a folder, and then that folder is uploaded to IPFS. And then when the tokens are minted, it's basically it's creating an individual unique token attached to a set of crypto keys. So the owner is the only one that can move that token around, and then that token is permanently embedded with a link to where the file is stored. That's the minting process. So the minting process is just embedding essentially a link to a unique token
to each individual. If you're doing individual ones.
Yes.
Okay.
So that's all the minting process is generating a new crypto token, which is attached to files stored somewhere. That's it.
Okay, cool. I'm going to reach out to you. We had an idea the other day of just doing like baseball cards or something for the crew here on the podcast. So we can do something. Yeah, well, myself, we've got Babyface P, we've got Walter. Lola, we let Lola hang out with us sometimes.
Did you get a new webcam? Because your webcam looks awesome right now.
Yes, I've had one for a while. It's actually what I'm using is a Canon M50.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was actually looking at that. So
right.
So yeah. By the way, your lighting just looks perfect.
Awesome, thanks. Yeah, Lola says she likes the lighting here in this hotel room. I'm in a hotel in Tampa because I'm at the Tampa RV Super Show, which is going on until Sunday. It's going on all this week. It happens at the same time as SHOT Show. So this year we decided to do this instead of SHOT Show.
Shouldn't you be in an RV?
Well, so yes, I should be in an RV. You're very right, but Lola opted to have a hotel room so she can take hot showers as long as she wants to. I guess
that's reasonable.
Yeah,
happy life.
Absolutely. So, yeah, I'm not arguing with her. So, but yeah, we're here at the show. We've been working actually because I've been doing double duty for the rest of the week. I know that sounds weird, double duty.
You said duty.
Yeah, duty. So anyway, so for the rest of the week we won't be doing any podcasts, but I just wanted to make sure I did get some coverage from SHOT Show. I also wanted to make sure that I knew a little bit about your announcement before it happened. And I think it's a good thing. I'm very happy that more and more folks out there are getting on board and adopting, Tusk. By the way, so if we want to give Tusk to GOA, how do we do it?
We're going to be working with their tech team, and then we're going to be setting up. A payment gateway for them, and some of this stuff's going to roll out over the next month or two.
Okay.
There's a lot. They have a lot of pieces they have to do on their end too, and stuff. So it's in the works. So we'll make announcements as that goes live, so everybody can do it. But essentially, they'll have to set up a payment gateway on their site, and we got to work with their accounting people and everything else. So it's like, you remember we got to bring them up to speed too. So that's part of the deal. Is like we're going to help them get up to speed. And
absolutely.
And the one thing we're real excited about this deal is that as people start adopting Tusk and we get more popular and people start hearing about us, and our over time our value might grow, their endowment grows with that, and that's what I'm real excited about. Is that we can actually take some of the fruits of this crypto world and this new crypto economy that's being created right now, and actually really sustainably fund things that we care about that actually protect our rights. Yeah. And so our community has been real excited about this. Well, they kind of have. We're telling them today. Shh.
Oh, okay. They're finding out right now.
They're finding out right now, right? They keep they're chomping at the bit because I got to push the button on a press release, and then you called me in, and I'm like,
okay. So yeah, in about 5 minutes we'll let you go. But yeah, I think it's really good news. I'm glad that you guys were able to work it out, and I think that I know there's some folks out there that don't like this, don't want to hear it. Maybe it does bad things to their brain or whatever when they hear about it. But I think it's really important for us to at least start thinking about it and letting it seep into the gray cells, right?
Well, it's the mark of the beast, so we got a beast or something now.
Right? Is that seriously what people think?
Some people do.
Yeah. Okay. Understood.
I would contend the U.S. dollar is the mark of the beast, but whatever.
Yeah, and I think that this idea of being decentralized or finding a decentralized currency is really important for the future of what we do as gun guys. These folks are looking for different ways to cut us off without, just completely shutting down the Second Amendment, right? I think in a lot of ways, they understand what would happen there. So instead, they go after the finances, and we're already seeing companies that's happening to, right? I've been banned for life from PayPal, for example. I've told folks stories of other companies that the bank looked at it and said, like, for example, Andrew's Custom Leather, they looked at it and said, these guys make leather holsters? How do we know where they get their leather from? Boom, froze their account. Just things like that is what we have to look out for, and there's going to be more and more of that. Tons of gun guys have been banned from PayPal, and we could just go on and on about it. So, we got to find the alternatives.
And what really has me concerned is what's happening right now between the ADL and PayPal, where they're literally funding what I believe is going to be a financial no-fly list. So we have that right now that, if you're on the no terrorist, no fly list, there's 2 million Americans that can't fly a plane. They've never been through a court of law. They've had no due process, and they just are not allowed to, do normal public transit. So, but you saw a couple months ago that PayPal has got together with the ADL to now research how they can combat financial transactions for hate groups. But if you look at what, the ADL goes out there and what they kind of see is hate, it seems like there's an overlap to just normal conservatives.
Yeah.
And so what I'm worried about, what they're going to come up with is some way to mark either certain companies or certain individuals as, verboten, and they won't be allowed to buy or sell. To me, that is the mark of the beast.
Yeah.
If you go, it's like you need to have the permission of the government to buy or sell.
Yeah.
That's not us. I don't give you permission to use Tusk. I can't stop you from using Tusk. We don't have that capability. But the government can. PayPal can. Visa can stop you. We can't stop you. I mean, that's the whole point of this. And better or worse, I mean, there's downsides and upsides to that. But the number one thing is we can't stop you from doing commerce if you use Tusk, where Visa and these other people in the dollars can absolutely do it.
Yeah, I totally agree. It's funny to see folks who, and I know not everyone thinks this way, but obviously you still have people who think that way. But, there are people who don't trust the government, but they're like, yeah, let's completely trust the government with figuring out how we could buy and sell things and leave them in charge of credit cards and all that kind of stuff. There's no way that a company like PayPal should be able to ban people, right? They're pretty much in banking. I think we could classify them as being in banking. How do they get to go, you know what, we don't like what you do, so therefore we're going to ban you even though you're not doing anything illegal? That's what we're already dealing with. So
well, they're infinity banned.
Yeah. Absolutely. Okay, listen, man, I know you've got all of that stuff to do. I did want to get you on here and congratulate you, at least get it out over our airways. Obviously, Tusk supports us, and we appreciate that. And we'll be doing more things with you, and I'll probably be leaning on your advice as we get our first NFT stuff out there.
Well, let me know. I'd love to have you do that on the Tusk blockchain because we're going to be really close to that, and it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm real excited about where this is going.
Absolutely. All right, so listen, here's what I'm going to do here, man. I think that I am going to run in the end of the show, and we're going to come back and leave the folks with some words of wisdom. Would you like to drop some wisdom on the people out there?
Sure.
Yes. Okay. Cool. We appreciate that. So I'm gonna run in the end screen here. I do want to thank everyone for joining us, hanging out with us. Big thanks to Walter and FlyingRich for coming on and going live. If you guys can just go over and follow FlyingRich and Walter as well from Safety Harbor Firearms. Cruiseman says Rob is a cool dude. I agree with that. I agree.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
He is a cool dude. I'm down with the nerds, man. Nerds will rule the world.
I don't even want to rule the world. I don't even want that. I don't want to rule the world. I barely can rule my office, but I would like to make the world a better place.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. All right, let me run in the end here, and we'll be back. Remember, no show for the rest of the week. I'm at the Tampa RV Super Show, and you guys can find footage from that going over Stranger Palooza. I think we went live accidentally from Hank Strange sometime today. So Lola's moving that around. You can find all the stuff on Stranger Palooza. All right, let me run the end in, and we'll come back, and Rob will give us words of wisdom. All right, guys, thanks so much for watching us and listening to us. I know there might be some issues with the audio there, but we appreciate everyone's patience with that. We do rip the audio out from this and throw it up on iTunes and all your other favorite places to catch your audio podcasts from. We appreciate everyone for hanging out with us, especially Rob McNeely of Tusk Firearms Crypto. Rob, words of wisdom for the folks out there before we get out of here.
Well, hey, folks, all I have to say, though, the wise thing to say is be kind to each other. Like, I think that's really important. And right now, there's so much crap out there. I think there's so many people, and I'm gonna pontificate here, but really, stop letting the media divide people at this point. I've been getting really frustrated that we've been at each other's throats now for like 4 years in this country, and we need to stop this shit. Stop listening to the media, other than Hank Strange, of course. But we need to stop being stupid as a nation. We're going down to some dark places, I think, as a nation, and if we don't get our shit together and start being kind and more compassionate to our neighbors, things are going to get ugly. So those are my words of wisdom tonight.
Absolutely. Thanks so much, Rob. Okay, guys, we are out of here. Thank you. I will see you next week sometime. Let me hit the end button here on this. Peace out, guys. We're out.